All right, everyone, we're getting started here. Top 32 from the Fort Wayne, Indiana Regional Championships. The game we have right here is Andrew Spencer versus Nathan Heider. Drew, you got a chance to watch Andrew before. Who do you think's going to win this one?
Well, Andrew's riding high. He just beat Ross in the last round. He's got to be the number one seed, I imagine. He's 9-0.
Yeah.
And we also had Nathan as well, so it's great to see two players that we featured earlier make it this far and duke it out for a spot in the top 16 tomorrow.
Yeah, now I saw Andrew was playing Darkrai Terrakion, right?
Yes, he is.
Any idea what Nathan's playing? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I kind of wanted to check before we started this, but I'm sure I'll be refreshed as soon as I see what he flips over.
All right, we'll figure it out. It's all right. So, Andrew, of course, is the undefeated player. Nathan squeaked in at the 32nd seed, 6-3.
Yep.
A lot of people think there's like a curse of the first, where you go undefeated and then you make a quick exit. You think that's going to happen here?
I'm not really a believer in the curse of the first, but a lot of people are, surprisingly superstitious gamers. So I think Andrew has to be at the advantage. You know, he went 9-0, so.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't win 9 games in a row on a fluke. I mean, obviously he's done something right here. So, I don't know, I guess we'll see. They're just getting set up, and we're waiting for the round to start.
Yeah, he's playing a Darkrai Terrakion deck, and, you know, he's playing it well. Navigated his way.
I mean, he took down Ross Coffin, who was 8-0, obviously a great player. And, I mean, if you got that notch under your belt already, you got to think he's got a good shot to win the whole thing.
Yeah, he's actually an Ohio player. I've played him a few times. Really, really solid.
Yep. I mean, I actually played against Andrew at Nationals in 2011 in the top 16, so he's had some success before big tournaments, and it looks like we're going to get started.
Alright, so 2 Darkrai decks.
Yeah, we got, look at that, 3 different arts of Darkrai.
Yeah, we got the full art, the promo, the regular one from Dark Explorers as well.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan's going to start off really strong here. He's got the Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Darks, it looks like.
Yeah, 2 Darks is probably your ideal discard for the Ultra Ball. Sets up everything else in the deck. The Dark Patches just really set yourself off.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing a Hydreigon deck, so
okay.
This will be an interesting matchup. It can really go either way. I've had some experience with this matchup from both sides. It can really just come down to N at the end. I mean, whether Terrakion can get that one-hit knockout on those Darkrai's and how quickly the Hydreigon gets out.
Yeah, I might be mistaken. This was another round, but I think Nathan played a mirror and he just couldn't set up when we taped him earlier, so we'll see if that's going to be a repeat type thing. That's often a problem with the Hydreigon deck and mirror.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's got a really good start here. It's a Bouffalant, it looks like.
Oh, you gotta love the boofer.
So he's got a really, really strong hand here. I mean, he's got 2 Dark in the discard pile already, 2 Dinos down, 2 Darkrai's in play. He's got a Dark on the active. The only thing that's really missing is like a Sableye.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Sableye really smooth things out, kind of. You know, you can bring back random seers, bring back Dark Patches, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to depend on what he has here. It looks like he has another Ultra Ball. He's got a Dark Patch, too. So, it's going to be a really strong start.
Yeah, this is an exceptional first turn.
Yeah, if he can manage to get a turn 2 stage 2 into play, I mean, that's just, that's the most devastating thing you can ever encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Because the reason you play just Darkrai Terrakion is because you want it to be simpler. You don't want to have to worry about setting up that big stage 2, and your advantage goes out the window if your opponent sets up before you.
Yeah, they're really able to. The advantage of Hydreigon is you can move your energy around and max potion to heal it all off, and Andrew's not going to be able to one-hit KO a Hydreigon at all, so yeah. He would really be at a disadvantage.
Yep, looks like he's going to catch her out Dino here and go for an N. So we're going to see Nathan. I mean, I'm going to assume he had a pretty good hand. Even the Ultra Ball, he didn't even play it last turn,
yeah.
So he probably had the rare candy too.
Just didn't even need it.
We'll see if his hot streak of hands here continues as, you know, he draws off this end.
Yeah, we've seen N a lot today, especially like I commentated several games that just had in the first like 2 or 3 turns from each players, and it was just so disruptive to the flow.
Yeah. Now we do see a couple crushing hammers out of Andrew, so he does play those. He is a deck that kind of gained popularity recently. It's Darkrai, Terrakion, and then he added some crushing hammers as well to disrupt. Just people figured out how strong crushing hammer is in combination with Sableye, and anything you can do to slow your opponent down helps a lot.
Yeah, especially versus like the Eel decks have started to put fire energy into their decks. You know, if you can get rid of those fire, that type of thing, really disruptive.
Yeah, and I think he did discard 1.
Yeah, he got a heads.
And he's just gonna get 2 hammers back.
Yeah.
He realizes, right, it looks like Nathan's got a good start here. I need to slow him down somehow. And this is where Nathan's gonna need to get a Sableye of his own to just get back dark patches and stuff like that.
Yeah, we could see this developing into like a Sableye war.
Yeah.
Well, both players try to set up.
Yeah. Now, I wonder how Bouffalan's actually going to factor into this match. I mean, it's very good against Darkrai. It does 120 damage. The Bouffer ability is really nice. It prevents Night Spirit from really hitting it on the bench because it reduces it by 20. The only problem is Terrakion, obviously. You don't want to walk into that.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see if that actually comes into play.
Yeah, and he like confidently laid it down.
Yeah.
So he must have play tested this. He knows what his Bouffalan's going to bring to the table.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's an angry looking card. I'll give you that much.
I mean, intimidating. It makes his opponent think about it.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do?
He does play another Juniper, so it doesn't look like he has the stage 2 right away. But he will have another Dark Patch. If he can retreat to Sableye this turn and Junk Hunt, he'll be good. But he's actually got...
Yeah, he's got enough on that Darkrai.
Free energy on the Darkrai. This is turn 2, right?
Oh, yeah. He's full steam ahead here.
Wow. Now, if he doesn't have an energy, that's not that great. But it looks like he's going to think about playing some cards. No energy.
Changed his mind.
Or maybe he attached it to the bench Darkrai.
I believe he put everything into that Darkrai.
Yeah.
And
oh boy.
2 hammers again. 2 heads.
This is the power of crushing hammer. I mean, there's nothing more painful when you're playing this game than that. When you're like, all right, I'm all set up, ready to go. Next turn, I'm gonna start using Night Spear. Oh God, where did my energy go?
Yep.
Been there way too many times myself.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 heads later, and where'd all my energy go?
Today that happened to me several times actually. Frequently I would end up, my first 6 energy attachments or so would be in the discard pile. Faced 3 different Garbodor crushing hammer decks, and the flips were very kind for my opponents today, and ended in some rough games.
Yeah, I didn't want to humiliate myself, so I just, I won't put myself through that. So here I am.
It's all right. Andrew, even though he's gotten kind of a slower start, the crushing hammers are really what's kept him in this.
It's keeping Nathan at bay.
Yeah, I mean, if Nathan ever got Hydreigon in play, that wouldn't have even really mattered. He would have been able to Night Spear already. So the almost perfect start Nathan had. It's being slowed down a lot by crushing hammer, but the big thing is, he just doesn't have Hydreigon out yet.
Yeah, if he gets that out, he's golden.
Yeah.
I don't care about those hammers.
It's weird that he hasn't attempted to go for Sableye quite yet. And you would think in a situation your energy getting removed, you need a Dark Patch. Well, you need to get 2 back probably. So he went more for, I'm just gonna power up Darkrai and Night Spear you.
Yeah,
instead of taking the more conservative route of just, I'm going to get my energy back, I'm going to set up, and I'm going to win.
Yeah, last turn he could have attached that active and then use that Dark Patch on the Sableye and Junk Hunted last turn, I believe.
Yeah.
That could have been a possibility.
Yeah. So, still could see the rare candy come down this turn. I don't know. You can draw that here. I see a rare candy. But does he draw the other piece of the puzzle? Doesn't look like he does quite yet. Cannot see his hand completely, but if he can't even use Junk Hunt this turn, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he's really been slowed down.
Yeah, it's 3 of his energy that are just on the discard pile already. And oh, we got
slow roll.
Alright then, looks like he does have a Hydreigon out. And he will retreat to the Sableye, and we're going to have a junk on here, probably just for 2 dark patches.
I think he had a max potion in that hand, maybe I'm mistaken, but wow.
Yeah, that was a huge turn of events. And let's see what he junk hunts for.
Yep, 2 dark patches.
2 dark patches. He recognizes, alright, I'm in a very good position. As long as my opponent doesn't hit more crushing hammers, I should be able to attack sometime soon.
Alright, so he's got 3 Darkrai's out. That's pretty standard.
Oh, well, that was a horrible Juniper. Andrew just discarded 3 dark patches with that Juniper. Not a single energy in his discard pile. So I'm going to assume this turn is going to be used for junk hunt. Getting back a couple dark patches or something like that.
I would not be surprised. Looks like he hit a couple more hammers in that.
How many hammers does this guy play?
He's already hammered about 6 times. There's Tails.
He's got another one. Here's a Heads.
Which is, these aren't really that important anymore. He's got the Sableye active.
Yeah.
His opponent has a Sableye, and he could get back dark patches at will.
Yeah. The important thing is actually for Nathan that these haven't been blend energy. Those are what's going to let him attack with the Hydreigon for like the big hits. Once your opponent's Darkrai's get EV Lights, you only do 70 with Night Spirit, so it takes 3 hits to knock those out with Darkrai. So you would like set it up, do 70, and then retreat to the Hydreigon and Dragon Blast for it would be 120 to finish it off. So it's good that he's just losing basic darks.
Yeah, the basic darks, they can always come back later with dark patches, so.
Yeah.
And he's actually got 2 crushing hammers with that junk hunt.
He's not giving up.
He's gonna hammer his opponent into submission.
Now, this could be like a trap. Yeah, Nathan's gonna get a Night Spear this turn, but we know Andrew plays Terrakion.
Yeah.
He's got 2 energy on board. He plays a bunch of energy switches. So if Nathan kind of takes the bait here, takes the Night Spear knockout, he could very well just be retaliated and lose all 3 of those energy. In which case, the Crushing Hammer would be huge to then remove the rest of his energy.
Yep, that's true. Maybe he doesn't know about Terrakion.
That's true as well. I mean, I don't think there's been any indicators yet. Maybe a fighting energy or something happened somewhere, but nothing. It doesn't look like Nathan cares.
Yeah. Here we go. He's checking out the discard pile. Ooh.
Man, there's not a whole lot in there. Just those 3 dark patches.
3 dark patches stand out.
Yeah, and Nathan, he does not have an EV Light on that Darkrai, so if the Terrakion comes out, that's just a clean shot, 180 with Retaliate. And
he has a catcher, so looks like he's yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Get the opening hit on this first Darkrai.
Yeah, it's good for a couple things. I mean, obviously, first of all, you don't take the knockout, so you don't get retaliated. Terrakion doesn't come knocking on your door saying, heard you messed with my buddy Sableye. I'm here to get revenge. But this way, he's just setting up the Darkrai, and then if he gets retaliated after knocking out a Darkrai, he doesn't care that much because the prize exchange is still 2-2.
Yeah, you're taking those 2 prizes. You don't really care. You've done your job.
Yeah, and Andrew, he doesn't play healing cards, I don't think. So,
we definitely haven't seen one. I'm not sure if he played one versus Ross or not.
Yeah, so, I mean, he cannot heal that damage off. He's got 90 hit points left, so that's going to be there forever. That's his guy with the energy on it, so if Nathan ever attacks it again, it's just 2 free prizes. That's the difference between these 2 decks. Once the damage hits Andrew's board, it stays there for the rest of the game.
Yep, and looks like Terrakion's going to make his appearance. Intimidation factor coming into play.
Could.
Ooh.
This is kind of a gamble.
Yeah.
The power of Terrakion comes when you just
out of nowhere
slam it down, energy switch to it, and then retaliate for a big knockout.
Looks like he has an in his hand, so maybe he's going to try to in, and he didn't want to have to draw into it again later, perhaps.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, Terrakion, it's a lot weaker when you put it down with the fighting, and then your opponent catches it and Night Spears it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you might be able to energy switch and attach another Fighting and Land Crush, but then it just gets knocked out right away and you lose a bunch of energy. So definitely a big risk benching that Terrakion here.
Yeah, it's a huge risk. But we'll see. You know, he has 3 Dark Patch gone, so, you know,
Yeah,
if this Darkrai went down, he doesn't really have much energy in play anyways.
Yeah,
and you can't really get him back.
He's struggling out here with the energy attachments for sure. That's just one more reason why Nathan's play of catching out that Darkrai was such a good idea. It's going to be really tough for Andrew to recover after something gets knocked out. He doesn't have that Dark Patch to accelerate, and he's just pretty much just on manual attachments the rest of the game. He does have energy switch to kind of mess around with the energy that's out there, but other than that, he's got nothing.
So he actually catches up this Sableye to knock it out with Darkrai. I guess that's okay because he's playing on KOing Darkrai's with Terrakion, but
yeah, it's weird that he would go for Sableye and not Dino. Usually you would go for that, and then you could start targeting the Hydreigon with 30 from your Night Spear. So then when you do it twice, it'll have 60 on it. You can just catcher that out and take it out.
Yeah.
Once you take out Hydreigon, it's really, you even the playing field. They don't really get to max potion anymore, and you have Terrakion, so the edge goes to you at that point.
It looks like Nathan has another rare candy in his hand, so we can get another Hydreigon out this turn, which is 2 is better than 1 for sure. A little bit of insurance.
Yeah, that's another reason to take out the Dino there. I mean, that thing could just evolve, and then your free prize is gone. But, I don't know, I guess it's kind of tough to assume that your opponent has a rare candy and a Hydreigon waiting.
Yeah.
But the only other problem I see with setting up the Dino for 30 this turn, it's fine if you're like in a Night Spear next turn and just finish it off, but he knows his Darkrai up there is not going to live. I don't think it has an Eviolite as far as I can see.
No.
So it's just going to be a Night Spear knockout. He's going to attack with Terrakion next. So that 30 damage on Dino is going to be irrelevant.
For sure.
We're going to see, it looks like Nathan did drop down a blend on his Hydreigon. So
yeah, that's definitely a blend.
He's gonna just gonna target down Terrakion. It's another danger. He could just retreat and Dragon Blast, but this is actually really risky. It could come back to bite him if he ends up running out of energy or something. I mean, if his Hydreigon gets hit for 90 and he doesn't evolve the Dino, which gets Night Speared.
Yeah, he didn't go after the other Hydreigon. It's not out.
Yeah, it's weird, but all sorts of things can happen. Darkrai is just an unpredictable Pokemon with 30 damage everywhere.
Yeah, these games, you know,
retreating.
stuff happens out of nowhere.
Yeah. So you do see an Ultra Ball. He discards a rare candy and an Ultra Ball. Does he have
another rare candy?
Yeah, if he doesn't, I mean, that would be really weird.
Yeah, you have to assume he has another one.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's looking for the Zweilous and it was prized, just to avoid like the 30 damage knockouts.
Pretty peculiar play.
But he's got it. Once again, he kind of proves us wrong. Just kind of slow rolling.
Yeah, he's just slowly gets it going.
Stringing us along. He's like, do I have it? Don't I have it? I got it.
Makes us wait.
Alright, so he is going for that Terrakion. He's going to Dragon Blast here. Discarding 2 Dark Energy. We'll see if that comes into play at all with Crushing Hammer. Andrew has used a lot of them at this point. So maybe Crushing Hammer won't be a concern anymore, but what this does is makes it so like if your Darkrai ever does get knocked out, you only have like those 3 energy left in play. So it'll be tough to follow up with another attack.
Yeah, I think this is fine by Nathan. You know, even if he gets Crushing Hammer back, he has the Sableye, and he has Dark Patches in his discard pile. He can kind of afford to lose a turn, I feel. Especially with the Hydreigon out, just removes all that damage from play if something does go wrong.
That's true. I mean, when you're on even footing like this, you feel pretty comfortable with the Hydreigon deck because you got max potion. Just feel like eventually that's going to win out. But we do see an Eviolite go on that Darkrai. That's going to prevent a Night Spear knockout. But it won't prevent a Gold Breaker from Buffalon. So we might see that come into play.
Big Daddy Buffalo. Yeah, we know Andrew's used up a lot of dark patches too, so he can't even like power up another Darkrai really.
Yeah. So, I mean, once this thing goes down, it's all downhill, I think. I can't tell if he...
It's like a crushing hammer, enhanced hammer, or something in his hand.
I was just looking to see if he has an energy, and it looks like he does. But he does have an enhanced hammer. That's a big card, too. It's just going to discard the blend straight away. Those are really big in this matchup to kind of even out the attackers. Make it so they can't really attack with the Hydreigon anymore.
Yep. Really try to slow him down a bit.
Yeah.
As he's been doing all game with these, he's flipped pretty well.
He's doing the best he can. Now, one thing that can come into play at the end of these games is Shaman EX, because the Darkrai Terrakion deck really has no answer for it. If they get down to one prize at any point, Revenge Blast just destroys everything. It does 180 damage, and it's got 110 hit points, so nothing in that Darkrai deck really knocks it out in one hit. And I've seen a lot of comebacks made with just Revenge Blast.
Yep, it's definitely a key tech card I've seen like all day in people's decks.
Yeah, well, it looks
I haven't seen it been used, but it's there.
I think... Does he only have 2 energy in play now?
Yeah, he has the one on the Darkrai and the one on the Buffalo.
Yeah, so energy could become an issue here. And if he doesn't even have the energy to Gold Breaker, he's got a blend in his hand, but he's probably scared of Enhanced Hammer at this point. And there's a Dark on the Darkrai. If he goes for the Buffalo, we could just see like another Terrakion energy switch, retaliate, knock out the Buffalo.
Then we have no energy.
Yeah. So this is kind of a scary moment for him. He might take the risk and just say, "Yeah, whatever."
I still think he's in a pretty good spot. You know, he's going to be up several prizes at this point. If the Buffalo goes down or something like that, you know, it's only...
He'll have a turn to Junk Hunt, I guess, for some dark patches. But this is a pretty big turn, though. If Andrew cannot attack this turn, it's just, you got to think that's like game over. If he can't capitalize on this sort of thing.
Yeah, if he whiffs, you'd have to feel the lock is really complete at that point.
Yeah, so Buffalo coming into play here. Got a Gold Breaker. Does 120 damage to EXs.
Sounds like a wrestling move.
Buffalo kind of looks like a wrestler. I mean, he's a big dude. I think he's got a headband.
He has a boofer ability.
Yeah.
A little bit of swagger.
Very aggressive. Alright, so we do see an energy switch and an Ultra Ball from Andrew, so he's definitely going to be going for that Retaliate play. Does he have the other Terrakion in there, though?
Yeah, is it in there? Ooh, it's not there.
Oh, no, it's Harrison all over again. It's prized. No.
Yeah, it's definitely not in there.
Yeah,
that's gotta be game.
I mean, he's going to spend the turn junk hunting, probably. And then, without the Terrakion at this point, he cannot even deal with Nathan's Darkrai. So, this game is getting to be wrapped up unless he can pull off some fancy stuff. He's just going to attach to his Darkrai, which is strange. He does have one Dark Patch left, but odds are he's not going to draw it. Now he's just got a Darkrai with 2 energy. He cannot use Junk Hunt here. So,
yeah, it's Crushing Hammer, though.
He's always got that. It was a big flip, actually. And I'm going to assume
that's
Tails, yeah. I mean, he would have been pretty happy if he got to discard energy there. But now,
if the Terrakion was in his deck, he would have hit a fighting there, and I think he had an energy switch in his hand before the Juniper.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, that was actually a bad string of events for him.
Yeah. Well, looks like Nathan's just going to be able to free retreat with the Dark Cloak.
Go down to 2 prizes.
At this point, he's probably got to recognize that. Oh, he didn't grab a Terrakion.
Yeah. That's
not in his deck anymore. So he'll feel safe Night Spearing. I mean, that would be like the biggest trick of all time.
The biggest slow roll of all
Ultra
time.
Balls, checks his deck. Oh, man, it's not in there. Baits Nathan into using Night Spear, then drops down the Terrakion.
Sorry.
That'd be a good one. I wouldn't have seen that
one for the ages.
That would definitely catch me off guard. But I mean, Nathan's probably just got a Night Spear. I don't see why he wouldn't. question is, which Darkrai is he going to attack with, the full art or the promo?
I'm not a big fan of the full art one personally. I don't think it looks too good, you know.
Yeah.
That promo though, it's a promo. It's not very stylish. It's not worth as much.
He's kind of like jumping out of the card. He's alright.
I don't know.
You know, I can definitely tell they didn't put as much detail into him because they knew he was just going to be in one of those tins.
Yeah.
So like,
Get
you're in
what
the
he paid
streets.
for.
Alright, he's going to retreat that Bouffalon and just go for a Night Spear. Is he going to move his energy off Bouffalon somewhere? I also think it's interesting that he's choosing to put the blend on Darkrai. Maybe he's just like, I know my opponent plays Enhanced Hammer, so if I do get knocked out, I want that one to go.
Yeah, I guess.
It looks like Andrew finally drew his Dark Patch.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's a small chance he can still win this, but it's very small. He's going to get the first hit on the Night Spear, but then Nathan's just going to retreat and move his energy to a different one. Probably even just like Gold Breaker for 120. And then it's just a catcher to win the game.
Yeah, it's you almost think about conceding at a point like this, you know, conserve time for games 2 and 3.
Yeah, but you gotta remember these are 75-minute top cut rounds here.
Oh wow, you're right, actually.
Yep. So whoa, this is a weird play here. Oh, he catchered it out. I was like, whoa, what's he doing there?
Yeah, it's still Anderson.
So I got ahead of myself too. I was like, oh god, you retreated that. Alright, it looks like he's going to take a prize. He's definitely going for the
It's
Terrakion.
swinging for the Terrakion, which looks like you got a Darkrai.
At this point, though, I don't even think the Terrakion really helps you because if Nathan's going to take a prize, it's going to be on a Darkrai. He won't even Night Spear. Oh, it looks like we do have Nathan. He's just saying.
Oh, you know, yeah, he's going to gust up the other Darkrai.
Yeah, that did have damage on it. And that's going to be the game. He's got the game-winning catcher. And Andrew, who is our undefeated 9-0 player, is going to fall down a game here to Nathan.
Man, you cursed him with the first thing.
Cursed himself by going undefeated. Ross knew what he was doing.
Lost. Yeah, Ross lost on purpose.
So we're just going to shuffle up here. I would hope Andrew chooses to go first. Otherwise,
I don't think anyone's gone second in the history of the game with these rules.
you know, I did read a report about some guy in Canada when the first turn rules changed at their nationals. He lost the first game. In the second game, he started with just a Cleffa, and he's like, "You can go first. I want to see if you can donk me." I read the report. It's serious.
What?
So it has happened before. Just not
Gambling
serious
addict.
player. Yeah, so
You know what? You got this. You can have it.
he was like rooting on his opponent. He's like, "Yeah, you got this, man. I'm nothing. You got me." There's plenty of matches going on here. We got a lot of good matchups. We got players like Ross Coffin. We got Jason Kozinski's in here. We got Mondak, who we covered round one.
Yep.
Matt Albus is having another good run. Jay Hornung, Dustin Zimmerman, John Roberts second. He's squeezed in as well. So we got a ton of just high quality players here.
Oh yeah, and what's interesting is Mondak actually was X and 2 going into the last round, and he played Carl Shu, who was X and 1. And Carl's like, you know what? I'll just concede to you, so we both make the top cut.
Now they're playing each other.
Now they're playing each other.
That's pretty funny, actually. Now Carl Shu is the defending champion
Yes.
here, so he could go for back-to-back regional championship. But we
Yeah.
got game 2 going underway here.
I actually made this finals of this event 3 years in a row,
Wow.
so
What
I
happened,
passed
man?
the title on to Carl. I actually only won one of those.
It's alright. At least you made it. Alright, we got sort of a weird start. Andrew's going first, obviously. He's got a Darkrai and a Terrakion. And, you know, this is probably like the one time where Nathan running the Dragon Dino actually comes in handy because he's not weak to the fighting.
Yeah.
We're not going to see a Retaliate knock him out. I don't know what Andrew's plan is here. He attached the fighting to Terrakion, so it's going to make it tough for him to actually do anything.
Yeah, maybe
This turn or next turn.
Didn't want to get rid of that fighting to the Juniper. I'm not sure how many he plays, but that's got to be the thought.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he plays a revive as well. So
yeah,
wow.
He did play that in the first Ross, so yeah.
So he still had an option last game to get a Terrakion back, and he just whiffed it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's got an Ultra Ball here. He's got an Energy Switch.
Doesn't help him out. I don't think, or does he have a Dark Patch actually?
It looks like he
would have to have some funky stuff in his hand to be able to get a Sableye active.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to. It would take 2 energy switches.
It would be a lot of resources wasted.
It's not even like worth it at that point. So he will Ultra Ball for Sableye. Probably just Dark Patch and then pass.
Yeah, wait out this turn.
This is what attaching to the Terrakion does in this situation. It just kind of slows you down a turn, but if he's got Crushing Hammer, maybe he can make up for lost time.
Yeah, that is interesting, because he would have been able to retreat this turn and get back a few cards. It doesn't look like he has like a supporter or anything in his hand either, so yeah.
Little things change the outcomes of these matches, Drew.
He does have two.
Alright. Well played, Andrew. You got it. Well, we just keep getting shown up by these guys. Like, Nathan's got no hope. There's Rare Candy Hydreigon. That happened last game. And now Andrew's like, you know, I just got fighting on my Terrakion, and I got a turn 1 junk hunt. How does that make you feel, guys?
I mean, it got the job done. He really needed to get that random receiver back.
Yeah, he got that back in another energy switch. So he will be able to get like a turn 2 retaliate, or a turn 2 land crush.
Yeah, if everything went smoothly, that would be huge. That would really kind of lock Nathan out of Darkrai.
Yeah, that's devastating. And have a Terrakion that early. 3 energy on it, turn 2. Your Darkrais are like, no, I think I'm going to stay back in my Pokeball now, guys. I'm not going out there.
Sorry. Maybe next round.
I was like, if you get an Eviolite, we'll talk. But until then, I'm going to stick right here.
Lures him out with the Eviolite.
Alright, so Nathan, he's got, looks like nothing. I mean, he just played an N straight away. He's got the Dino, that could actually buy him a turn. The Deep Growl, he flips heads for paralysis, but he's got nothing. No energy.
And he just passed? Wow.
And, oh no.
Here it is.
The big bad is coming.
Looks like he, there it is.
Turn 2 Land Crush. This is, ouch.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Especially when most of your opponent's deck is weak to it.
Yeah, and the Dino's going down, so no Hydreigon coming out anytime soon. I mean, this just, it makes your stomach turn a little bit if you're Nathan. You're like, it's not even fair.
Yeah, what does he even do here? He's going to be sacrificing a huge
He's
number
gonna be
of prizes.
down like 3 prizes before anything happens.
And he can't even play like a Darkrai down.
Yeah. This is one of the situations where Shaman EX actually comes in handy. It would help him come back. Like, I've seen it happen before where someone gets a quick Terrakion, they just start taking a bunch of prizes, they get down to like 3 prizes, and then an N drops down.
Yeah.
And then Shaman EX comes out and knocks out the Terrakion, and then they might not have another Darkrai powered up yet. So they actually struggle, they're down to low hand size, they don't have the energy to play. So comebacks can start to happen with that kind of stuff.
Doesn't look like Nathan's hand is that good though.
It's true. I guess I took that for granted. He's got Sableye.
Sableye,
yeah. His best option might be Confuse Ray.
That's true,
Yeah, I mean,
most Darkrai decks do not play Switch, so
yeah,
it would force Andrew to retreat.
I mean, there's nothing he can even junk hunt for that would be worthwhile. There's no random receiver, so here we go. Confuse Ray.
Here we go.
Big flip. And heads.
Ooh.
And Terrakion is now confused. So,
Andrew has another energy switch. If he can hit a Dark Patch.
Yeah, I guess so. I definitely would not go for the Land Crush here. Like,
Oh yeah, you don't ever
Yeah.
go for Land Crush.
I've seen people go for it before. They're like, well, what's a flip? I'll get it. It's no big deal.
Gambling X.
But the big deal here is that, I mean, the 10 damage doesn't seem very relevant, but you get Tails, now you got 40 damage. That means Terrakion can get Night Spirit for a knockout. So that's just a risk you do not want to take.
Yeah. So Andrew has, looks like he has 2 ins in his hand and a Juniper. Does he Juniper here to get that Dark in the discard pile? Try to attack with the Darkrai this turn off the energy switch?
Yeah, I mean, he also has the energy. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, it pays off this time. He went for the Land Crush. Oh, no. I guess from his situation, it's like, whatever. What's going to happen? Sableye going to hit me?
Yeah, I guess. I guess, he's in no danger of being knocked out. And the next turn, if he flip Tails, he could just attack with Darkrai. So.
We've entered the scoop phase,
Yep.
and Andrew's going to win game 2 with turn 2 Terrakion.
That's pretty good.
Turn
pretty good.
3, flip heads on Confusion, and turn 4, we're going on to game 3.
His back's against the wall. He was #1 contender. He's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah. Making a nice little comeback here, but Nathan will get to go first in the 3rd game. He pretty much dominated the first one, so if he can get another red-hot start like the first one,
Yeah,
he
we
can pull it out.
This is the thing with this format. It seems like one player always just gets dominated, steamrolled.
Yeah, I mean, that has happened a lot more in this format than anything else, where it's one person just like, I got supporters, get my dark patches, rare candy, Hydreigon, max potion. The other guy's sitting there like, pass,
Yep.
draws, pass, draws, oh, energy,
Yeah.
confuse ray. Alright, scoop.
Alright, so there's actually a lot of time left for this game, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in 75 minutes.
Yeah, there's no way this game won't finish. I mean, unless it's like the game I played earlier against his Garbodor decks, where they just take forever. They sit there using Crushing Hammer until they discard all my energy. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, man. You shouldn't let that happen. You're kind of washed up. Not doing too hot recently.
Look, man, when all your energy hits the discard pile immediately, it gets rough.
Kyle was telling me about this Darkrai deck. He's trying to talk me into playing it today. He's like, I only lost 2 games with this. And then he just plays Hydreigon, and look what happens.
Yeah, I was actually
5
playing a
and 4
deck
later.
very similar to what Andrew's playing. Decided against it at the last minute, and here I am right now, sitting with you.
It's better this way. You're better at the commenting than me, so I was especially worn down as the day went on.
Oh, man.
It's tougher than it looks.
Yeah, takes a little know-how. Gotta know what the cards do.
A little bit of research would have been a couple more games under my belt.
Yeah. Alright, so we're both getting set up here. No mulligans, no nothing. And game 3 here, this is winner take all. Who's going to advance to the top 16 in day 2 here at Fort Wayne, Indiana Regionals.
Yep. Winner moves on, loser plays in the video game challenge tomorrow.
Or just goes home and watches the stream. Alright, so Nathan starts with a Darkrai and a Dino. It's like an interesting thing when you're going first. You would actually prefer to not show your opponent that you have a Dino as well.
Yeah.
Since you're not going to get end, you just open with a lone Pokemon, and then they don't know whether or not you drew the Dino. Just a small little quirk thing that you should probably do, but not that big of a deal.
He's going after another Dino here.
And he discards a catcher and a random receiver with Ultra Ball, so he must have another supporter.
Or like a Juniper, so
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter what he discards.
Will Andrew get another crazy start like he did the last game? Oh, we got a Juniper. He's discarding a Hydreigon.
And a Dark Patch.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, sure, you don't want to discard that, but
You think he should have tried to ram receiver for an N or something? Maybe shuffle some of those cards back in.
that's really risky. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you get another Juniper.
Yeah,
and you have to
yeah,
discard
yeah.
that too. That happens. I mean, the odds are probably like 30%, somewhere around there, so it's probably better not to risk it.
All right, what's Andrew gonna do?
He's going.
There's the Terrakion again. Will we see it 2 games in a row?
I mean, that is just.
He is really flipping well on these crushing hammers too.
Yeah.
I commend his ability to flip the coin.
It's a good skill to have. I'll tell
Some
you that
of
much.
us don't have it. Myself would be included in that demographic.
My opponents had it today, I'll tell you that much. I had more energy in the discard pile than I did on my Pokemon at any point. But we get a fighting again. Andrew's continuing this trend where he's just dropping a fighting on the Terrakion turn 1.
It worked out last game. Pretty results-oriented play here.
He does play 4 energy switch, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we definitely saw at least 3 in one game.
So it gives them a lot of flexibility with stuff like being able to Dark Patch and then move your energy up. But it looks like that's not going to happen this time.
Looks like he has 2 fighting, a random receiver, Ultra Ball, Dark Patch maybe.
It's no good. He'll be able to drop second fighting next turn, so he's going to put a lot of pressure on just having that threat of Land Crush. But that's not the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, we'll just see how it develops,
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of twists and turns in these Darkrai games.
Yeah. Nathan gets these wireless out there, so he's going to be threatening a Hydreigon pretty soon.
Yep.
Well, next turn. Unless he can rare candy into one here. He's been pretty slow about showing us that he has that. But, yeah, the problem with Andrew's hand right now is that he's got the 2 fighting. He's got no real way to get dark energy out there. He has the random receiver in his hand, but if that gets a Juniper, he's going to have to discard a fighting.
Yeah.
And that's just pretty ugly. But looks like Nathan's going to retreat to his Dino. This is like really, we call this like seeing a ghost in the closet. Like, you're really afraid that the Terrakion's going to land crush you, but you got to realize that, how does that happen? You're pretty low.
Yeah, he's thinking back to last game.
Yeah, he's like, that ain't happening again. Go, Dino. When in reality, he kind of like opened himself up to be retaliated to knock out this Dino.
Yeah, so I saw a Hydreigon in his hand. I'm not sure what else he had. So maybe he's just holding on to a supporter.
Maybe.
I hope for his sake he's holding on to one.
Yeah. We do see, looks like an Ultra Ball. So we'll probably see a Darkrai with this.
Yeah.
We'll see if he decides to attach another fighting. Otherwise, 2 are going to hit the discard pile this turn.
Yeah, it is going to be an interesting decision. You have to see. I mean, I probably would attach it. I don't know. Just you hate to see it go to discard pile.
Yeah, I mean, you probably play like 4 fighting. So 1's already out there. 2 are going to be in the discard pile. And yeah, he's just saying, you know what? It's too good for me to be able to land crush, so I need to go for it.
And
now,
if he draws well enough,
could happen again. He needs Ultra Ball, Dark Patch, Energy Switch to retreat the Sableye. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's assuming he doesn't play Switch, which I don't think he does. Most of these decks don't play Switch.
Yeah, most of them do not. I'm almost 100% sure he did not. He didn't play any versus Ross, and he was getting paralyzed over and over again. So
yeah, probably a pretty good indicator. Flip the tails on the hammer. That's a pretty big flip. All of these energy at the beginning of the game that's when it's most important to just stop your opponent from being able to attack early on. And are we going to see the Hydreigon here? That's going to be a big deal.
It's definitely the top card in his hand, I feel.
Oh, good.
Or the second. Yeah, there it is.
Alright, the big dragon's coming out to play. You got a Dark Patch.
Was he slow rolling a supporter? It looks like he was.
He's got the Juniper, yeah.
Nice plays.
Yeah, he's got the Bouffalant. He's like, my buddy's coming back. Terrakion had his day in the second one, but it's not happening again.
Yeah.
Bouffalant's here to keep him in line. But this is really fragile for Nathan. I mean, that Terrakion can get a 3rd energy. If he doesn't have an Eviolite, I actually haven't even seen him play Eviolite so far.
Yeah,
I don't know if he plays it.
I haven't seen it either, which is kind of weird. You're just giving up all these Terrakion retaliate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eviolite is such a huge card for so many reasons, and it's strange that we haven't seen it yet out of Nathan, but could happen that he just hasn't drawn one yet.
Yeah, it was between the Bouffalon and the Eviolite. The
He's like,
Bouffalon is much more intimidating.
yeah, he's like the Bouffalon. It's already got a built-in Eviolite, so it's like I'm playing it. Now this is gonna be a weird turn. Nathan can catch her out Darkrai and like get a hit in on it, but if he does that, he just gets land crushed and loses all of his energy. If he just leaves it to come up and it like plows through something before it takes any damage, what do you do?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the Darkrai is the right choice there. Get a hit on it.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
You're not giving up the retaliate KO that way either.
Yeah.
You're getting a hit on the Darkrai.
Yeah, I do like that play. You're not taking the prize, but you're still making use of your turn in a big way, doing that 90 damage to that Darkrai. It's going to set it up for a knockout later on. Maybe we'll see the Gold Breaker again.
Yeah, and Andrew would have to have a spectacular hand here again to... I guess he just needs a Dark and an Energy switch, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's actually not that hard. When you play
maybe he just has the read on him.
But Andrew's hand is really bad.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that. That's, he's got Energy, and he's got an Eviolite, and he's got a Catcher and a Darkrai. That's it.
Not getting them places. There's a Dark Patch, but I don't think he has any Dark in the discard, so...
Yeah, this is just Andrew's deck failing him at the absolute worst time. He's actually going to send up his Terrakion. I think he's going to catch her out Dino and retaliate for a cheap prize here. But this is getting pretty ugly for him fast.
Yeah, I've seen this a lot today, actually, where people just sort of out of desperation catch or something up. Maybe it's not like the best move, but they need a prize. They need to hit some draw or something, because there's a lot of dead draws in this format, it seems like.
Sorry, I was trying to get some results there. I can't tell if Mondek or Carl Shu won. Looks like Carl might have lost because he's taking his deck with him.
It's kind of, I feel pretty bad for Carl if he lost, because, he sort of let Mondek into the top cut. They didn't play the game, so you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But as unfortunate for him.
Yeah, so it looks like Carl's run here in Fort Wayne is going to come to an end. But Andrew's still taking his turn here. He's finally going to retaliate for the knockout. And we're going to see if Nathan can capitalize. If he can get a Dragon Blast here and take the Terrakion out, that's going to be a huge win for him.
Oh yeah, he definitely, I think that's a supporter in his hand. So he's going to be digging deep. He has another Darkrai, it looks like, as well.
Yeah, he's going to need a blend to Dragon Blast here. He could do that, or if he has Shaman EX, which I don't even know if he plays it or not, because I haven't seen
we
that
haven't
yet.
seen it.
Excuse me. Revenge Blast would knock out the Terrakion too. It would just do 60, but it's weak to grass.
Yeah, and it already has 30, so whatever gets the job done.
Yep, now, as we saw, Andrew's hand was
abysmal.
garbage. So he's going to need the top deck out of this, no matter what.
Alright, let's see the moment of truth here. And in.
Andrew gets bailed out.
Oh, wow.
This is a big turning point in the game. This is one of those situations where you're Andrew, you're like, I really need a top deck, Then your opponent plays down an end, and you're like, oh.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's always interesting, like, the first turn of the game, and you're going second, and you just have garbage, and your opponent opens with an end, and you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
You just want to show them your hand.
I mean, pretty much everyone at this point plays 4N.
Yeah.
So it's just a card that's used for draw. Sometimes you just have to help your opponent. That's just the way the format is.
Yeah, and he kind of needs to hit a blend here.
Yeah, this is really dangerous. He might have to go for like a Confuse right now, just to do the 10 damage to set up for a Night Sphere.
So we have a little bit of a... Did you play an Energy yet already? Which...
I don't believe he did.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because he already had the 3 in play, because he was fishing for the blend. And yeah, he should definitely move those energy off the Dark. That would have been horrible if he kept those on there. Just gets catcher, loses 3 energy, 2 prizes.
That would be a huge swing.
But another Confuse right here.
Will he do it again?
No.
No.
This time he gets tails.
I would like to see the heads there, see what Andrew would have done.
Yeah. Just goes all in, catches the Darkrai. Andrew is shown he's not opposed to taking risks here, and he's got an EV like that big. I don't know if Nathan plays Tool Scrapper. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, we have not seen that all.
In fact, I just don't know what's in his deck with all these cards missing. He's got Buffalon, I know that one.
Yeah, he seems like he has a lot of space. I'm not sure where it went.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it's gotten him here. And now Andrew's got some supporters to work with, but still no Dark in the discard pile, I don't think. So he's gonna energy switch the Dark from his damaged Darkrai to the new one, which he put an Eviolite on. It's an interesting choice that he would put the Eviolite on the one without damage. I mean, obviously now it's going to be like a 3-hit knockout, but now the one that has 90 on it is just a catcher away from being knocked out by a Night Spear.
Yeah. He's just sort of giving up that, here's 2 prizes for you.
These are tough decisions you have to make. You only have so many Eviolites, and he had to commit one to the Terrakion just so he doesn't get Night Speared for a knockout.
Maybe he's just going to draw on. He knew what he was doing all along. He's done it a few times this match.
So he's got a...
He has the catcher, so...
Yeah, this is going to be a 2-prize turn no matter what. I mean, I would assume that he would just take down a Darkrai. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he didn't get enough support off that, so he's going to be hoping off the prizes. Yeah. Or when this Terrakion might get knocked out, he would just be stuck.
Done for if this thing goes down. But Nathan needs a blend,
he needs
otherwise
a blend.
It's not going to happen. He does get 2 prizes though, but that's
catcher and an
junk as well. This is a huge turn. Nathan needs to get rid of that Terrakion.
If Nathan can't get rid of this Terrakion, Andrew's going to have another catcher here. And Nathan can't really play another Darkrai down. I mean, you'd have to, but I mean,
at that point, Andrew would just
bench.
be a 1 prize.
Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
This is what Terrakion can do. If you don't stop it, he just keeps steamrolling through Darkrai's. Once it gets that 3 energy, you just have to take it out. Otherwise, it's just going to destroy you.
And another Juniper. Looks like he discarded a ton of stuff for that.
Yeah, I think he realizes what's at stake here. He needs a blend. Or if he plays Mewtwo, he could get that. He will Ultra Ball. Can't see exactly what he discarded. It looks like a rare candy and another card I can't see.
Maybe part of a Hydreigon line, perhaps.
Yeah, it might be. He's taking a while to choose a Pokemon here.
Maybe something's prized.
Yeah, I mean, most of these decks with Hydreigon run Mewtwo. So that would be the easy choice here.
He didn't get a Mewtwo or a Shaman EX even, that was another option.
Yeah, this, if he doesn't have a blend, it's almost over. Unless he can, he's got
there is a blend.
Alright. We're going to see a game.
And another Darkrai, looks like.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with putting that down.
Yeah.
And at that point...
I mean, there's enough prizes on the board already. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And he definitely needs to play the blend. Just Dragon Blast, take that thing out of there. This would be suicide if he lets that Terrakion live. But alright, he's going to go for it. Let's see. Where's he going to move the energy? Yeah. You're probably safe just leaving it on a Hydreigon, honestly, just putting all of them on it.
Yeah, there's really nothing we've seen out of Andrew's deck.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to surprise take out that.
Yeah. And Nathan realized this as well.
Perhaps you're talking a little too loud. Alright, so there it goes.
Alright, we're going to see Dragon Blast here. He's going to take his first prize.
Wow.
Still going to be down 2, but as we've been saying, Andrew's hand is nothing. He's in full top deck mode. He's only got 1 energy and a Darkrai.
Things are not looking good.
He's going to promote the Darkrai to give himself an option to draw a Dark Patch, but he draws a Tool Scrapper.
Yeah, he doesn't have any options in that hand.
As far as I know, Tool Scrapper's a dead card for him in this matchup. Nathan doesn't have tools.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play Eviolite at all.
Yeah. It's very strange to me that a Darkrai deck without Eviolite is going to take down a Terrakion deck, but
maybe he's streamlined it. He cut all those riffraff cards for, I'm going to draw good. My deck's kind of inconsistent naturally, so.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I haven't even seen like any techs, just the Buffalon, nothing else. We haven't seen Shaman, we haven't seen Mewtwo. I've seen all sorts of crazy techs in these decks, so maybe he's just waiting to bust one out.
Yeah, I wonder what he put in for all this. There's like so much room, it seems like. What is he actually playing over this?
Yeah, maybe he just like maxed out on stuff like
Yeah.
Rare Candy, Max Potion, Dark Patch. A lot of time you have to like skip on those cards. You have to go like 3 of them because you don't have the space if you're gonna run the tech cards. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out.
Alright, so he just passed and Buffalon is going to work.
Oh yeah, time for the Gold Breaker.
Gold Breaker.
So Andrew just left up that Darkrai with the Eviolite. Now he's just gonna take 100 damage to the face. So now both of his Darkrai's are just in Buffalon range.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of damaged Pokemon on his side of the field worth a lot of prizes.
Yeah, so Andrew's got the lead right now, but this could fade away very quickly. Just 2 prizes for each Darkrai. I mean, this turn we're probably gonna see.
He's gonna Junk Hunt and then.
Probably see Nathan using Night Spear.
Yeah, he's fine just Night Spearing the Sableye, and then he's got the 2 Darkrai KOs whenever, and that's the game right there.
The only thing he's got to worry about is
Terrakion, perhaps.
But Andrew's gone through 3 Fighting Energy. He had to discard those ones early on.
Yeah.
He's gone through a couple energy switches, so it's not very likely that he has that option. But he grabs an Enhanced Hammer and a Random Receiver from his Junk Hunt. He's going to discard the Blend next turn, and then hope to get a supporter not named N from his Random Receiver.
Get rid of that Blend and hope that he's able to knock out whatever has all Nathan's energy on it.
Yeah. So this is going to be a big turn here. Nathan, he'll probably just retreat in Night Spear, but if Andrew can follow up with a Retaliate, which is not very likely, but if he can do that, it's going to take out 3 energy from play. I don't even think Nathan could follow up with a knockout at that point, and then it's just a catcher away on that Sableye of winning the game for Andrew.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like thin margins here where the game can swing, but Nathan definitely has the edge just based on their hands,
just based on
and
the board
position.
Yeah. But the Ram Receiver, anything's possible there.
Yeah.
This is the key moment.
He's gonna put 30 on Terrakion. I don't actually know how I feel about that. That's never actually going to really add up to anything.
Yeah, it doesn't add up to anything. Special Dark rotated out.
Yeah.
He doesn't play plus power.
I don't know. Hydreigon knocked it out anyway. Even with an Eviolite, it still does enough. Actually, no, it's 10 short, so
Bianca.
Maybe that's what it's for.
That's a pretty good draw. Obviously, N would be the worst for him.
Yeah, Bianca's going to be good. I think he can play a lot of his cards.
Yeah, he has Ultra Balls, I believe, at least.
This is going to be close. If he can, there was an energy switch left. I think there's a fighting left. If he can nail those 2 cards, he's going to pull off a miracle here.
Yeah, he's going to remove that Blend energy, empty his hand, and
hope for the best.
For the best.
That's the name of the game right now. Cross your fingers. Hope you draw the right cards. Hope your opponent doesn't.
He's got a little T-bow in him, or what?
We're in the 4th quarter right now. We're heading to an overtime. He's going to Ultra Ball and not get anything, and just Bianca for 6, so first card is the energy switch. They're making him shuffle. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
He really is technically supposed to shuffle there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he'd draw and energy switch, I almost got it.
What if the next one was a fighting?
Yeah. They're like, no, sorry. You got to shuffle that back in, buddy. So this is probably going to decide the game here. These are 6 huge cards here. He needs a fighting and an energy switch.
There's a Dark Patch, none of this. There's the energy switch.
Oh, does he get the fighting? Does he get the fighting? 6. Oh. He whiffs.
Yeah, he probably only has 1 fighting left, maybe 2, so.
Probably, and at this point, I mean, he is just in a world of hurt. He's going to have to spend the turn using Junk Hunt, probably. Because that Darkrai is 100 on already. The other Darkrai is 90 on it.
Yeah.
Terrakion's got 30. That was Andrew's window to come back.
Yeah, maybe if he had another Darkrai in his hand, he could have done that. But
Yeah.
he didn't even grab a Darkrai with the Ultra Ball. He just, who knows if he had one left though.
Yeah, these decks actually play 3 Darkrai only, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have any left.
Yeah.
Just gonna take a look, see what he's got left, and it's not much. This is looking really, really grim for Andrew. And his run might come to a close here.
It's looking dicey. You definitely jinxed him, I feel.
Hey,
Your curse of the first talk.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Curse did the work. He's just gonna energy switch. This is really just throwing in the towel, I feel.
Yeah, you had a slim window, and now you're just slamming it shut on yourself.
Yeah, that Darkrai's already got 100. So it's just going to be a gold breaker to knock it out. So we've seen Buffalon, he's been worth his weight in gold in this matchup. He's taking out Darkrai's left and right. And Andrew, he's just like, I'm going to do the only thing I can do, Night Spear. Maybe he could have used Junk Hunt and tried to go for something weird, like try to Crushing Hammer away all the energy. But I don't know. I think Nathan's probably got this one.
This is kind of like, what can I do now?
Yeah.
What can I do?
We've all been there.
Is that the Shaman he actually plays?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, there
he
it
does.
is.
Maybe
There's
he was
all these tech
surprised before.
cards.
So we're probably going to see him retreat and then Gold Breaker.
Gold breaker.
He's just going to take a look and see, all right, how much stuff have you used? Can I afford to do this? Probably. I mean, there's a lot on the line here. This
Slim
is
chance.
loser goes home. So,
I mean, Andrew can still run hot somehow.
yeah, it's going to be really unlikely. It's just, after this, it's a Gold Breaker, knockout. He's down to 2 prizes. It's just a catcher game over. So you have to dodge so many things at this point, and it's just not likely.
I mean, he can hit N off the random receiver, get the Dark Patch, Fighting Energy, Energy Switch.
Yeah, but he's
Best
gone
case
through so many
scenario,
resources already, that's not really likely.
Pretty impossible.
Alright, folks, so what is Nathan going to do here? It looks like he's retreating to Shaman.
Does that even knock it out?
So it'll do 120, which will do, 90 damage.
Okay.
Weird decision to do that, though. I
guess
don't know.
it's completely safe. I mean, we haven't seen anything out of Andrew that would do 120.
Yeah, and Andrew's just like, alright, I'm just promoting Terrakion because I know what I need. And I need a lot of stuff. Dark Patch, Energy Switch, Fighting.
Well, looks like he got some of
One
it.
card away.
Oh.
Oh, he just missed the Dark Patch. He almost had it. Wow. And at this point, it's just pretty much over. There's the Buffalon's over there. He's ready to take out that last Darkrai. It's just one catcher away. And if Nathan wants, he can always just retreat to Sableye and Junk Hunt for the catcher to just say, I got the game. Unless you end me, this is over, you have lost. But I think he's lost anyway.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's just going to play it out.
You might as well, Game 3.
This is your last game. The only guy I know who would quit in this situation is Krim. So we're going to have a retreat. He's going to energy switch to his Sableye, I think. Or not. Weird that he wouldn't do that. He could have gotten like and there's the catcher, though. That's going to be it.
There it is.
He's going to retreat. Darkrai works, 90 damage. And Nathan Heider. He's going to take down this series in the top 32.
Wow.
And Andrew, our undefeated 9-0 player, is going to take an early exit with the curse of the first.
I can't believe you jinxed him. He's gonna come to our hotel room tonight. He's gonna beat you up, and I'm just gonna say, you deserve it.
You know what? If that's what I get, that's what I get. I'm just telling it like it is, all right? But it was a close match. You got to feel for Andrew there to have such an incredible day and then just fall flat. What in your deck? You need your deck the most, and it just craps out on you.
Yeah, you needed a couple more draws there.
I think you and I have both been there many times where your day's going really well,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you just what
happened?
What happened to my deck? This is not my deck. What happened? And that's just what happened here. Sometimes you just draw bad hands. That's the nature of the game, especially this format.
Oh yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
exactly what has happened. Andrew just drew a bad hand at the worst possible time. He just hit no supporters, and that was it.
Yep, nothing you can do about it. You know, he had a good day. You can't hang your head on that.
Yeah, I
9-0.
You went 9-0 with the field with Jason Kozinski, Ross Coughlin, Tom Dozel,
Jay Witz, everybody.
Jay Witt, even him. Like between Jason, Ross, Tom, and Jay Hornung too.
Oh yeah, there's so many Worlds finishes there.
There's so many top fours. Jay has 2 top fours at Worlds. Tom has 1.
Yeah.
Ross has 2 finals. Jason, of course, has 1 twice.
Oh yeah.
Just between those 4 guys, just think about what kind of a field this is. And also, there's over 300 players to deal with. So, I mean,
it's a huge tournament.
and he went 9-0. He ran the gauntlet. He took out Ross in the last round. He can't feel bad about his day at all.
Yep, it's a job well done for him, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to wrap up our coverage of day 1. We'll be posting updates on the site just to show you who won at the end. But there's still some matches going on, but that's going to wrap up the videos for day 1. Come back for day 2. We should be able to stream top 16 all the way to the finals. We should have some great matchups. Anything else you want to say, Drew, before we wrap it up?
No, just thanks for watching all day, guys. Hopefully we can do this more in the future. Work on what we did, today, and improve for everyone in future events. And woo!
All right, I'm gonna see if we can actually get some interviews with people who have won. So if you guys want to stay tuned, maybe hang tight for a little bit. I'll try to get some people over here. But until then,